How to build an email list before you launch anything. So we're going to walk through the details of that because I love to launch rich. Most of you launch poor. There's amazing amount of groups that completely are working through, whether it's a business, a book, a class, a master class, and you're completely launching poor. Would you please stop and let me teach you how to launch rich? Say yes right now. Let's begin. So the three things I want to talk about is, number one is the fundamental software stack. What do you really need to begin the launch? And it's less than you think, and a lot of you are using really odd things. Number two, how do you create the content and the call to action? And number three, the art of a pre-sale, which is what I'm known for. I never launch without a pre-sale. Part of my launch rich strategy. So stay tuned. At the end, I'm going to tell you exactly how to do that. And you stop spending your money just weird. Some of you are so odd how you spend your money. Stop it. So how do you choose the right foundational technology stack? Well, we have the best CRM. We've been using it for 20 years. I moved away from it twice. Again, if you've heard my story over and over, the two biggest times of my life that we lost a ton of money because I lost the data and we had a data transfer. So start with the right software and start with the right CRM, customer relationship management system. Now, do you need that even for a launch? A little bit. But here's what I think a lot of you go wrong and you get misled. You don't need a website. You just need a page builder. You need just a call to action for something you're going to do. So if you're going to launch a book, so for example, we launched the MakeYourKidsMillionaires.com. So that just launches the book. Right now I'm doing a generational wealth conference. So if you go to genwealthconference.com, just that. Right, so we're launching these things. And I have hundreds of these pages because I launch a lot of things all the time. But you just need the page builder connected to the CRM. And then the more you can automate, the better this is going to be. So our go-to is a rapid marketing system because we know how to get content in and get a funnel going very quickly. So people know how to opt in. They get content, they get opted in, and then later get an offer. A lot of you are putting your offer straight up front. No one's going to do that. That is old school. So don't just put an offer and say, hey, go buy my stuff. You have to give them lots of reasons and a lot of pieces of content to do it. So again, your software stack in the beginning doesn't have to be that big. You don't need a whole website. You don't need to spend even $5,000 for $1,500 a month. We'll get it up and running in a few weeks as long as you have content to put in it. So let's talk about content. How do you get content and what are the right calls to action so you get this moving so you can use your email list to launch? So some of you, your email list right now is your phone. Your email list is a bunch of business cards spread everywhere. Your email list are some spreadsheets. Your email list is a directory from the latest workshop you might have gone to, but it's not all put together. So I would highly encourage you to put it all into one spreadsheet that is convertible into a proper CRM. And again, if any of you want to know like what CRM we use, how we do our rapid marketing system, go to askloral.com and ask questions, ask for a consult, say, I need to learn how to launch. Like I'm helping so many people right now launch their books properly because they hired $10, $20, $50,000 book launch people, and they don't even have their web page up or their landing page. They don't even. It's shocking how, in my opinion, out of order they are, and they're going to end up launching really poor because they're spending all this money up front. They haven't tested anything. They haven't pre-ordered anything. They haven't tested their content. I'm known for testing my content. Like when I launched my Yes Energy book, it was so interesting because this was a Hay House publisher that I wanted because I wanted to be published by Louise Hay, Reed Tracy, and the God Squad, they call it. But they wouldn't publish a money book. And I said, well, that's what I am, a money expert. And they said, well, then how do I do this? So again, very similar to what I'm telling you, I went out to my list and I said, hey, list, I'm going to write a book with Hay House, and it's going to be something about the Yes Energy. Say yes and figure it out content. What would you like me to write about? Because I could take this in many directions. And a lot of people said, tell your story. Right? So I started drafting some of that, again, talking it, transcribing it, telling some of the Yes Energy stories. And they're like, no. Like the mistakes you made, yet you still had Yes Energy, even though you were getting hit hard. Like talk about those times when you lost your database, when you had a divorce, when I got sued for the first time, when people say bad things on the internet about you, some of you crumble. You know what? People have all sorts of interesting things to say, good, bad, and interesting, and call it the bathroom brawl. Anybody can write anything on the internet. Do not trust it, and you are totally ignorant if you do, without doing further research. So what did I do? I asked them, what do you want? They told me, I thought I did it. I handed it back to them before I finished any other piece. And they said, no, we don't want that, we want this. So then I shifted it. So I shifted the content again and again, constantly testing a focus group of what do they want. Then finally I nailed it. I already have my page up. So I use these strategies to launch anything, to launch a business, launch a product, launch a masterclass, launch a book, launch a service. You've got to get somebody's input. Like, you make sure people want it before you build it. That guarantee they're not coming. All right, before I go to the art of the pre-sale, which is what I'm known for in launching rich, I want you to subscribe to my channel, please. Click the notification button and share it. These 5 people or 10 people that you're hanging out with, they have a lot of influence, right? It's called emotion and environment, and they usually get the best of you. So if you are already like a client of mine listening, if you are thinking about being a client and you aren't declaring, I want to be a millionaire and I'm going to go for it and I need your support, and they're like, make fun of you, they got to go. So you atrophy those people away, you lean into our community and get more support. Now, if there's a piece of content that you want and I'm not talking about it at this minute, put it in the comment section, and please share my channel and be how to hear and listen every day. I will have an amazing tip for you. So the art of the pre-sales, what I'm known for. So once I know that people want what I have, again, I get a landing page, makeyourkidsmillionaires.com. We pre-sold thousands of that book, thousands, before it ever went to print. Why? Because I wanted to make sure that we were nailing it. We did some pre-launch. We actually shared part of the draft copy, got some more feedback, shifted the book, did it again. So we knew it was going to be a bestseller. We knew it was going to sell because we invited people to give us feedback on the content, and we pre-ordered the whole thing. So people gave us money. Then you say, well, how do people give you money for a book or something that's not been created? You give them bonuses, you give them extras, you give them time. I gave them high value, amounts of either my time, products that had been really tucked away and not used in a long time, created a few extra special products for them, created a masterclass for them. So all sorts of bonuses. You'd be surprised for $1,000 of bonuses what people will do to buy a $25 book. So there's all sorts of incentives that you could do. We did a lot of tickets to our Gen W conference. We did all sorts of incentives to get people to pre-order. So once they pre-order, you take the money, you go to print, you hire your PR teams, you hire your teams, you launch rich because you have the money. Like my Yes Energy book, we did our best big dollar amount. We had over $1 million in sales, $1 million cash sales, which gave us plenty of money to hire everybody we needed to, from marketing to sales to the PR teams to, we launched internationally. We were a bestseller in Australia and Canada. I mean, we used the money to then really launch rich. See, a lot of you, you're backwards. You're building, you're praying to God they're coming, and you're using some gurus and some systems that I can tell you, in my opinion, are 100% wrong. You actually, if no one's going to buy it, you do not build it. And just another service, we did a crypto training, and Randy, who's one of my colleagues, traveled all over the world with me. I knew we needed to do some crypto training a few years ago, so we were in front of a big audience of people, and I looked at him and I said, let's pre-sell it. And we said, if today only, right, it's going to be a $1,500 course. If you buy today, it's $1,000. We had 22 people buy, we had $22,000. Now we went to the guy, we paid him part of the money and said, now build us a crypto course. And then we had a crypto course. So every one of you has got to use the pre-order process for a better launch strategy, your email strategy. The other thing about just getting more emails in this launch strategy is offer the bonuses to other people. Offer if they bring you 3 or 4 referrals, if they bring you 4 of the people that will buy, that you'll give them more. So really think this through. I want you thinking through your pre-launch and your pre-sale strategy to build your email list before you build a thing. And a lot of you, because you're so employee-centric, build for 6 months, go broke, and then wonder why things don't work. And your thought is, I got to go back and get a job. Wrong answer all the time. All right, stay tuned, lean in, learn, listen to this channel. I'll be back tomorrow with more content and more topics on money.